So I'm down in the Dordogne today, Dordogne Shire, someone's English like to call it, and I thought I'd debunk this rumour which we hear every time in the shows or talking to clients, where they say Dordogne's really expensive. Well, let's have a look at this. If you actually take the recent averages of house prices in France, if you check out the Normandy region, the average price for the whole of Normandy is about €2,060 per metre square of livable house. If you go to Brittany, it's about €2,540 per metre square of livable house. Nouvelle-Aquitaine is about almost on a par with Brittany, with 2,400, but don't forget that the Nouvelle-Aquitaine, she has some very popular areas like the Biarritz and Le Canot areas, or the Bay d'Arcachon. Bay d'Arcachon, around there at Le Test, for example, it can be as much as €11,800 per metre square. Then after that, in Biarritz, a bit cheaper, and it's actually about €9,300 a metre square. But now, back to Dordogne. The Dordogne average price is €1,638 a metre square over the whole of Dordogne. So in a way, you're roughly talking about €900 cheaper per metre square than Brittany, and about €500 cheaper than Normandy. But as always with these stats, that is for the whole of Dordogne. So today I'm going to take you to the cheapest area in Dordogne and the most expensive one. Well, the cheapest one you probably guessed is out in the sticks a little bit, and the most expensive one, well, it's not where you think. It's not Brantôme where I am today, nor is it Bergerac, nor Perigord, not even Sala de Canada. But stay tuned and I'll show you. And here I am in the small Dordogne village of Saint-Sulpice, which is up on the Charente border, let's say, and not very far from Brantôme. And this, believe it or not, is the cheapest place in Dordogne, or cheapest commune in Dordogne, to buy a house. Admittedly, not a great deal happening here. Certainly a very nice old village. Unfortunately, no shops here, but we're not far from other villages. Nice landscape around it, open countryside, old stone houses, no real modern builds. And here, the average house price is €674 per metre square. Here I am in the village of Fanlac. Basically, Dordoigne's the most expensive village to live in. Certainly a lovely looking village. I'll show you around in a bit. It's almost like a film set. It's actually traditional Perigordine style houses, but no actual shops. I did see a craftsman's studio down the road working fish leather, and there is a restaurant here. But other than that, there are, well, I haven't seen anyhow, any other shops. Admittedly, I haven't actually chosen my best time to come here, because they're in the middle of refurbishing the centre of the village, as you can see. Anyhow, I'm going to go for a wander around and see what you think. I don't think there's one new house in this village. I think probably the last house which was built here was probably something like 1900, if that. It wasn't 1800 maybe. Certainly a lovely looking village. but does it warrant such a price tag? Situation wise, the actual village is situated about 15 kilometres from the town of Montignac. The town of Montignac is also the town where you have the Lascaux caves, but you also have all the supermarkets and everything else you need. And it's about 30 kilometres to Sarlat and probably about 30 kilometres to Perigord. So, situation wise, it is basically a village in the middle of the countryside. Aesthetically wise, it's a lovely place. So now, having had a look around the village, do I understand why it's €2,450 per metre square? More expensive than Sarlat, which is around the 2,060. To be honest, no. There is the actual side, it's a bit like a conservation village, lovely village to look at. No shops, like I said, just one restaurant, a couple of artisans or a couple of craftsmen's places, but no actual shops to talk of. But I can't really understand why it is the most expensive village in Dordogne. That it is expensive, yes, but far from being the most expensive one. So, to get back to the question, is Dordogne expensive? Depends where you are. If you watch this video, I think there's no rhyme or reason. Sometimes there's not. But it's basically, we've had prices which are close in, up in Saint-Sulpice, we had prices where it's almost the equivalent of the cheapest areas in France. And here in Fanlac, we had the most expensive area in Dordogne with no real explication why. So, is Dordogne cheap or is Dordogne expensive? Well, if you ask me, it's like anywhere. The French, as I mentioned in other videos, actually are commuters. So when you're within half an hour of a big town, prices are up. When you're out of that area, prices are down. And don't forget, Dordogne is very much the back roads, so half an hour isn't necessarily a great distance, whereas in other regions, half hour is 30 kilometres. Around here it might be 15. So yes, you can still get some good buys in Dordogne. You can still get some very expensive ones. But don't be put off by what everyone's saying about Dordogne being expensive. You can get all sorts of prices. And it's full of history and places to see and places to go and places to walk. And if you haven't guessed, it's one of my preferred places. Oh yeah, and always don't forget to click like and subscribe on the buttons. And if you want, you can actually buy me a coffee with the QR code up here or the link in the description. And I'll see you soon for another one. Bye.